This episode of Tidbits Pod was recorded in October 2025. Let's get into it.
No one gives a tinker's fucking curse about Mrs. Vaughan's satisfaction.
Alright chums, welcome back, and how the bloody hell are you doing? Do you ever do that? Putting pointless little swears or passion into a sentence just to try and make it funny? I used to always do that at work. Like you'll be sitting there and then someone will come up to you and be like, Mr. Bobkins has emailed, and you'd be like, oh, fucking Bobkins. What the bloody hell does he want? And you're sort of talking about Mr. Bobkins like he's been a massive ongoing inconvenience. But in reality, this is the first time you've ever heard that name. So you're like, what the fucking hell does he want now? Oh, typical bloody Bobkins. Ever done that? Ever sort of putting the swears in, getting yourself fired? Bit of fun, isn't it? But I do that quite a lot actually. You know, you'd be like, all right mate, how the bloody hell are you? And I remember, like, oh god, yeah, I was challenged about it by this boring colleague, right? And so I did my little joke, how the bloody hell are you, whatever. And she's like, don't talk to me like that. And yeah, let's just say that she was from Sweden, and fucking hell. Have you ever seen that scene in Phantom Thread where so Daniel Day-Lewis is talking to his assistant or whatever she is, Cyril, right? And they're talking about the new girl in the house, and like he's got his head in his hands and he's like, help me, Cyril. I can't concentrate. I can't create. She's draining me, Cyril. Drainage! She's turning us against each other. I'm a husk. I have no confidence. Her being here has cast a long shadow, Cyril. She's ruining my life. That's right. Danny Day-Lewis is a vampire. But yeah, and then she's, like, the girl is standing right behind him, and she doesn't say anything. She's just like, yeah, Mrs. Vaughn is satisfied with the dress. And then Daniel Day-Lewis, right, he's like, he just gives her this fucking side eye. He's like, no one gives a tinker's fucking curse about Mrs. Vaughn's satisfaction. And, yeah, it's electric. And the whole thing just fucking fizzes, you know, incredible. And, yeah, why the hell am I saying this? Oh, yeah, because, yeah, sometimes I'm unintentionally rude. Well, I'm rude, but you don't get the context of what I'm trying to be. I'm just trying to be funny is the thing. So if I'm like, what the fucking hell are you? Actually, yeah, the fuck is too aggressive, isn't it? I'm definitely in the wrong here. But what the bloody hell, that's funny. Maybe what the fuck is too much. But, oh, okay, hold on. Okay, an email. Guys, we've got an email. Rum-bum. So, but it's not a Tidbits one, though. Yeah. Oh, I tell you what, I've got to do emails at my work now. And not so many, though. But, yeah, there's nothing like an email job. That was booking.com, by the way, if you're interested. But I've got a credit I've got to use with them. That's quite good. But yeah, you know, when you've just got that email job and, oh my God, have you ever had help writing an email from a colleague? Like, you know, I used to get this all the time, but people would always just like over narrate or over sort of, they would almost just write it for you, kind of thing. And they're always from Essex, and that the help is never actually asked for, right? So I remember briefly I was working at this sort of ambulance chasey legal company. Like this is about 15 years ago, and you'd ask a question, and you'd be like, matey boys just emailed, what's our reply? And instead of just telling you the points or just the response sort of thing, they would dictate the whole fucking message. Like even with the hello, like you'd sort of ask something like, what time should I, what time should I schedule a call with Jill for? And then they'd just be like, okay, well, you've got to send a message to her, and you just say, hi Jill, hi Jill. No, anyway, so you'd be like, yeah, hi Jill, I hope this email finds you well, and I'm just reaching out to schedule a time for our call. Kind regards, Jake. Right, or something like that. Can you do that? Like, just, hello mate. And I think it's just the dictating the hi was annoying. Like, actually, that place was incredible. Like, we were the call center for loads of different insurance companies, and we were just, it was our job to link up car crash cases with lawyers who would get them their compensation or whatever. At least I think that's what was happening. But yeah, all the different insurance companies, they're all just on the same number. So, or different numbers, but into the same office, right? So you just answer with a different script. So it's just one phone, and it's like, Churchill, Sheila's Wheels, fucking Admiral, whatever. And it's just all in the same people in the same chairs. And like, it's always amazing when the customers had loyalty as well. Like they'd go like, oh well, cool. It's so much nicer to speak with you. You're so much more polite than my previous insurer. And sort of like in the back of your mind, you're thinking like, this is the same call center. You've probably just talked to fucking Philip or whatever before. And I mean, anyway, so, they just answer the phone, like, absolutely awful, and it was just all Essex. So, like, yeah, hello, welcome to blah, blah, blah. My name is Ben. How can I take, how can I help you, sort of thing. Can I take your name, please? That was it, all day. Can I take your name, please? Hello, welcome to Tesco. My name is Abby. Can I take your name, please? Hello, welcome to AXA. My name is Natalie. Can I take your name, please? Welcome to kissmycherriesintherain.com. My name is Jake. Can I take your name, please? Good times. But, yeah, I think, all in all, they're actually good people, and I liked it. It was good times. But, yeah, and I've actually got some nice memories. I remember we had a little poker night and shit. It was all right. But always funnier to pick out the negatives. But, yeah, I remember, right, this is what, right, I do that too much, right? I'll talk about that another time. But I remember I was working for this big travel agent, and I was in London's fashionable London Bridge area in a place called Hayes Galleria. This old, incredible building, and it was right next to the HMS Belfast on London's fashionable River Thames. And yeah, you'd sort of get an amazing mix of people walking in. Sort of everyone from tourists asking for a place to piss to like fucking city pricks from Deloitte and Ernst & Young and PwC, like the worst people, ugh. But I remember sorting out a holiday for disgraced comedian Justin Lee Collins in there once. Good times, that guy. So I think somewhere I've got a picture of me and him outside the shop by this fountain. We're making small talk, like, oh, I want to have some good times, and yeah, good times. But so they'd come in and ask for their holidays or whatever, and you'd sort out business travel as well. Like, actually, incredible bringing this up now, because that sort of Essex insurance voice has reminded me of this one guy, and so he came in, and everywhere he said, so he was like Mr. Essex or whatever, and he, just every place just sounded fucking amazing. So he was like a bit of a geezer, whatever, and he comes in, he's like, right, yeah, I want to go to Thailand, Cambodia, Dubai, and the Dordogne. The fucking Dordogne. Like, and like my face is smiling politely and whatever, but my inner monologue's going like, I love this man. Yeah, book me a ticket now to the fucking Cambodia via Dubai, the fucking Dordogne. And God, so good people in there actually. And yeah, hello to my old colleagues if you're listening. Grandma Claire, who, actually thinking about it, like, she was only in her late 20s at the time. We're calling her grandma. And then there's Henrik and Dexter and Frosty Pete. Good times. He reminded me of Peter Serafinovich. You know that guy? Anyway. But, yeah, fuck it. Actually, yeah, it's all running back now. Like, I remember in there this one time, it was like a murder mystery, but without the murder. A mystery, right? So, one time, like, so whenever someone paid in cash in that shop, like, you needed to then take the cash and pay it into the shop's bank account. And I remember this one time, right? Like, so I took the cash, whatever the customer had been, and I was taking the cash round, and they all went through whatever, but there was about £100 missing, and we never found what the bloody hell actually happened with this money. So, we had this cockeyed manager. I can't remember his name. If you had £1 for every time he looked you in the eye, you'd have 50p sort of thing. Like, he had this real sort of fisheye. And yeah, so he came around the store and he was like, yeah, if that money doesn't show up, then we're going to need to find it from you. So, like, us, the staff, the 5 of us, we had to put in 20 quid each to cover it. But I mean, whatever happened to that? You wish you could just, like, have action replays in your life just to go back and have a look. Because it's either like the customer didn't give enough, and then why wasn't it counted at the time? Like, maybe it was counted wrongly. Or maybe, right, juicy, maybe one of, like, maybe Grandma Claire had skimmed it, or fucking Frosty Pete or someone. Mad, right? And, right? And yeah, so, there's no way. There's no way we can ever know what happened with that story. And, yeah, what else did I do there? Oh, yeah, fucking hell, actually. Once, I remember, I was sitting there, this is late on, and I remember getting this really, really shitty quality phone call. And this is a grim story, actually. So, trigger warning, skip ahead or whatever, like, just a couple of minutes, but because this is pretty bleak. But it was late in the office, and then I got this call, and it turns out it was a girl, and she'd flown out of the UK to go and meet her extended family. Like, she was, really looking forward to it and everything, blah, blah, blah. But then, when she got there, like, the family took her passport, and they were going to keep her there, and they said they were going to perform, like, fucking ceremonies on her, like, sort of, like, mutilation and, like, other sort of, like, weird religious shit. And, like, she'd managed to get away to a phone, and yeah, she'd found the number for the travel agent I was working at, and then she's called it. She's got through to fucking Jack Tidball, You know, she's called London's fashionable Hayes Galleria, and like this is just the tiny little, you know, travel agency. We're sharing a toilet with a fucking Cafe Rouge, right? And yeah, it was mental. So, you know, if I was like, yeah, if this call fails, then she's fucked. Like, it's sort of now or never. So ended up booking the flight and everything, and she ended up getting out. So it was actually, you know, good news in the end. But yeah, it got in the paper and everything. But yeah, I haven't done that story justice. But it was very exciting at the time, but scary. But yeah, yeah. Oh, one last fun fact about that job, actually. I used to work with Danny Dyer's cousin, the proper Danny Dyer, like the dad, and he was in my training group, the cousin. Really good lad, right? And yeah, we were, you know, it turns out one night, you know, there was this big, I think it's in Wimbledon or New Malden or whatever, and like we were staying in the house that they use for trainings, having a little house party or whatever, and like it's irrelevant anyway, but there was a bit of a mix up at this place, and it turns out that me and Danny Dyer's cousin accidentally shared a toothbrush. So there you go. There's a scoop, and he lives in Canada now. Yeah, and I haven't spoken to him for about a decade. So there we go. If he ever listens to this, hello, mate. But yeah, you know how it is, Instagram stuff. I've still kind of kept contact-ish. But yeah, people don't disappear from your life, do they? Like they once would. But yeah, this one's got off the rails a bit, but I'm glad we've shared some time. And maybe I should have stuck to the points. But yeah, I think I'm going to sign this one off here. And thanks for listening. And yeah, go into the show notes and have a little rummage, have a read, and look at the tidbitspod Instagram. And if you've made it this far, send me a message to say hello. And yeah, all the best, guys. See you later.